if you want to save yourself 15 plus hours per week on content, you're definitely going to need to see this. So this is repurpose content with Claude. This is pretty much what you're going to get inside the community. So this is one of the key classroom modules that I have built out at this moment in time. So once you're inside the community, you go down here, you click this link. This is pretty much going to guide us step by step how to get it set up. So we click this, it's going to open up in a new tab, and lo and behold, we have our complete step-by-step guide to getting us started. So while this is there, what you want to do is just go over here, click this button at the very bottom and download. This is the plugin that we're going to be using with Claude Cowork, and you are good to go. So first things first is we've opened the classroom, we've downloaded the plugin, and we kept it handy obviously in our downloads folder. So the next big thing here is we need to get this set up into Claude Cowork, and this is pretty much what we're going to quickly show you now. So you open up Claude Cowork, and over here on the left hand side you go to customize, you click plus, you can see I already have it installed, so you click plus, you click create plugin, upload plugin, and pretty much just drag the download file that you put into it and drop it in here, and that's going to just upload this and create the entire version here. So now you're going to be left in this position. Make sure this is ticked up in the top here, obviously. See all, you can see all the different skills that we have installed on this as part of our entire marketing OS system. So you are done this phase. We have the folder has been done. The next step actually is this: make your folder for your business. So what you want to do, because your first time using Claude Cowork, what we do is go back here, and all you do is click down here where it'll say folders, work in the folder, click this, click choose a different folder, and just create your brand new folder in here of whatever you want it to be. So for me, in this instance, I've done a few different versions. You can see Fit Start Coaching, we've done Fit Bar. So these are two different folders. Once you build out the folders, this is where all your business material will start to work in. So you're always going to be working inside that folder if it's a business related thing. So once that's done, you're pretty much finished on the very first step, which is the setup. Key questions that I commonly get asked here is, do I need to be technically? No, you don't. It's pretty much simple and straightforward to do. And the brilliant thing to remember with Claude and AI in general is, if for some reason something goes wrong, if you just ask it in simple enough text format, it's going to help you out and it's going to fix a lot of the problems that you might have. So do you need to follow the guide? Well, Claude Cowork and marketing, they work from the community. So these are tools that will help you massively. So it's simple and straightforward in streamlining your business. So what we do here, you can see up in the top, we have no steps done. And once we click this, we move to step 2. So once this is installed, and I won't be going back to Claude Cowork now anymore after this. So I'm going to walk you through it from this point of view now. So once you have it installed, Claude needs to understand about your business. Other than that, it has no idea what it's doing. So the first things first is, once you access that, it'll ask you questions, or you can ask it to ask you questions basically. So the first time you run any skill from the new folder, it's going to check and see if any files have been made, brand profile. If it's not there, it's going to pretty much ask you a few questions. Ask pretty much what it needs to know, just to give you a very, I suppose, simple and quick process to it. Obviously with these you can add to them, you can get it to dive deeper into it. If you have resources about your voice, if you have resources about your brand, company, whatever, you can bring these over to it. You can obviously, like there, you can paste your own notes. It saves everything to one brand profile. So again, the whole folder structure is set up with that in mind. And if it's the case, for whatever reason, you find that it's not doing that, you can just copy this prompt over and bring it over and paste it in. So with this, then it's going to force it to basically, I want you to ask me these questions because you need to basically understand these to understand more about my business. So what should you put in it is pretty much be real, give it as much information as you can. Again, this is where context is key. The more information you give it, the better it will be. And can you change it later? Yes, you can change this and it can update and upgrade or whatever you want. If it's a case you have specific offers and you change them, you can tell it to remove them from your folder or from the brand, and that's it, it's done. This comes to I suppose the big part is content. Now, this is something that I get asked a lot, is how about what kind of content can be used? How do I use it? What's the best way to do it? So for me, the way I approach it is, obviously I have long form content. I record a long form piece of content. I do my research on it. record it, and from there, that's the core of my content that's going to be going out on social. Key reason I do it like this is because it builds up the digital footprint for me. This allows me to pretty much push similar type of content on all socials. So when AI or when search, whatever, comes along, finds it, it's going to be bang on. You have an old article maybe on a website that you've maybe published years ago, months ago, whatever. You can use that and dissect and break it all up into content as well. This is going to massively help because, again, it's going to help you with that digital footprint anyway, for starters, but it's going to potentially support that article and push traffic to it. And finally, which is a good way to do it, and I found myself doing this more often than now, is voice noting or brain dumping a topic. So what ends up happening sometimes is you tend to, maybe you see someone post something and you kind of have a different point of view on it. It is worth to dump your idea of why you think it's your view is different, what's the difference in it, and overall just maybe discuss a general topic. Once you do that, that's going to pretty much be your content. There's so many people out there that basically they ignore this side of things because they just assume, well, who's going to listen to what I have to say? So instead of trying to start brand new every single day, do this in the morning for 10 minutes, maybe with a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever. Brain dump a few things, a topic, a discussion, something you've read, something you have views on. Again, as long as it's kind of tied into what you're doing, what you're actually trying to build, then that's your content, because you're going to be expert in your own industry, your own field, and there is no point in trying to just jump on things that are trending right now and you're constantly find yourself jumping around places. Now, you can find formats that will work, but that's going to be later on. Once we get on top of our content and build out that awareness stage and getting views, that's when you can start refining and tweaking things. And this is one of the key reasons why I have this as one of the first things to pretty much focus on, and why I promise that if you follow this method, content is not going to be a problem for you anymore. So down here, I have a little build your repurposing prompt. Again, it's not 100% needed because once you have it installed, you can just tell it to repurpose your content. But again, you could give it your business name, what you do, the kind of tone you want, long form recording, what it is, or a voice note, brain dump, whatever. This then is going to pretty much generate a prompt for you that you can throw into it. Now, if it's a case you got to this stage and you're like, okay, I didn't install Claude, I didn't install the skills that you said, you could do this and pretty much bring it into Claude chat itself. It's going to have a basic idea of what you're doing. It won't be best. It won't be better than what I have as the actual plugin itself. But again, it's going to help you. It's going to add value to you. It's going to make everything much easier for yourself. And again, that's the key thing. Using AI to help you, not using it for some fancy thing that more than likely you'll only use it for today and forget about tomorrow. So from one source, roughly 15 hours of content or 15 hours of work has been saved. You have different angles on the source. You have potentially 10 to 12, 14 pieces of content done. And again, it's all from one source is the key thing. So you have two easy options here for if you have a video. So let's say you record yourself and I don't know, let's say you did a podcast, you did an interview with someone. You can give it to AI, tell it to transcribe it for you, or you can bring it into your Claude and basically get it to work on it and transcribe it all for you, which again is simple and straightforward. Why ask for the plan first? So key thing here is we don't want AI just to run off and start creating everything for us. We want to have some sort of control to it. So once it starts to plan it out, it gives you the different angles. It sees what's working, what's not working. And from there you can say, right, these are call to actions we want, these we don't want, different stages of funnel. Again, just extra content here to help us. So this brings us on to the kind of stage 4, one source, every format. So what's going to output from this is going to be reels. Now, the key thing to remember with these is these are not going to be recorded yet. This will come in a later stage once you start understanding how you can repurpose your content. But your reels can give you clear ideas and angles for it. So you've had your core piece of information. Now you have angles and ideas for your reels. It's a quick 1 minute record, if even a 30-second record on a topic, boom, you're done. So in roughly half an hour, you probably would get maybe 8 to 10 reels recorded once you had the topic, the structure and the angle and what you're trying to cover. Again, I don't do scripting. I dislike scripting because it just becomes very hard to read it. And if you like scripting, try it and see what happens. It's probably easier to talk about a topic if you know about it. It's going to then generate carousels. It's going to generate our image posts, infographics, captions for our socials, and B-roll overlays. Again, there will be more things you can ask it to do, and inside the community we will have more options to repurpose and push it into more types of content, like say SEO articles. I just didn't want to compound everything into this one setup because it's going to just overwhelm everyone straight away. So it maps the angles out. Again, you can see here another prompt just to kind of get it to progress, and what you get back is every angle matched to a format, captions written for everything. So if you're writing for Instagram, let's say Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, you'll get captions made for each of those individual platforms. Again, they can all be tweaked based on what your business is about, what your knowledge is about, and pretty much what's the kind of recommended way for it. Now, again, key thing here is it's going to get you to a stage of 80 to 90%. Why? Because you still need to be hands-on yourself. You still need to kind of have control. But trust me, it is much easier to go in at the end, beginning of the week, middle of the week, whatever, and spend 20 minutes, half an hour refining some of these captions as opposed to trying to write them all individually. That's going to just drain your hours. From there, what are all the formats? As I mentioned, you have reels, carousels, infographics, B-roll, and again, captions. B-roll, the interesting play here is you just take screenshots, you upload videos of your business or what you're doing daily, and from there, AI is going to come in, grab something that it works with, and use it. And finally, we're going to kind of create and schedule. So creating and scheduling is probably the next area that you can start automation on. If you don't want to go down that road yet, it's just easy. You just have to manually upload them to the likes of Meta, whatever else, TikTok and things like that. You can get AI to do this for you. I do this myself, but for this example, in this case, I am assuming you can't. So you just have to just organize your schedule of when you're wanting to do. So every piece of content pretty much lands in a folder. Once it's all inside your scheduling folder, it's up to you then to manually go up, schedule, you're done and dusted. Extra tools for images. So I use Higgsfield to generate my images. You can use ChatGPT if you wanted it. If you wanted to use Canva, again, it's going to give you ideas, but then what happens is you need a bit more hands-on to start generating and creating the images. If you have Higgsfield, they can be connected up, that will automatically do the entire process for you. If it's the case you don't, the outcome would be a prompt that's going to come into your scheduled folder, and with that prompt you go to ChatGPT, Gemini, something like that, and pretty much get it all generated from there. Again, that's the manual process, and this is where stacking tools on top of tools will help you massively. So scheduling, of course, is not built in. The plugin pretty much gets you to a finished position where you have content ready to work with and ready, as opposed to sitting there looking at a screen. So before you post, a quick gut check, I suppose, here is, did you read the caption out? Does it sound AI? If it does, look to change a little bit. Learn from what you had to change, because AI will start learning and getting better and better. Is there a clear action post for the reader? So again, what are you trying to get from the reader? Are your real names, details, prices correct? Again, if that's not correct, you need to go back to your original and tell it to update its branding, update its Claude MD file. And does the angle match something your audience actually struggles with? Again, key thing here is it a pain point? Is it a problem that your audience is going to help? So as I said here, the one honest warning is this: AI gets you to 90% of the way, maybe 80% of the way in this case. The rest of it is up to you. You need to make sure that you don't just have AI doing 100% of it for you. You need to be hands-on with it. The key reason for this is you have control. And once you have control, you're still in charge. You're not letting AI just take over everything for you. And once that's done, pretty much click this, because lo and behold, you have nice confetti popping up. You have everything is set up. You have a complete system ready to go. This will save you hours every single week. I can guarantee that, because I've struggled massively with content, and pretty much once I started this process of doing it, content is not a problem. And I can show you over here on my own scheduling platform. You can see here all the content I have scheduled out. We're sitting here on the 12th, and I'm already still scheduled out up until roughly the 25th with pieces of content, and I'm just adding to them as I progress. This just makes life so much easier, and as I said, it allows me now to focus heavily on, for me, the community, and building out and giving business owners and people in general more of these tools that can help them. So look, that is it. That is how you install it. Any questions, make sure you let me know below. This is going to be inside the community, and obviously it's going to be probably up on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is below if you want to get access to this yourself. You can access this for free, and pretty much happy days with it.